how important the issue that has brought all of us here together is for the future of our country. We've gone through some difficult times in Ghana in the last few years and longer, and it has meant that a lot of people have had to find a way to keep body and soul together. So it's got people involved in all kinds of activities. And I can understand it, that the first duty of any man, any woman is to provide for their family. And you do it with the best means you can. But we have also to recognize that difficult as things have been and the looking for employment and stuff, there are things that we just cannot allow to happen. And one of them is the heritage, the inheritance that our fathers and our grandfathers, our great-grandfathers bequeathed to us, especially the space, the Ghanaian space, which we all occupy. We have a duty to preserve it for those who are coming after us. And if our river bodies are drying up, our landscape is being desecrated, we here, leaders of our society, leaders of our nation, political leaders, traditional rulers, religious leaders, we have a responsibility to say no. This, we cannot allow it to go on for our own common survival and the survival of those who are to come. We can't, if we allow it, we are jeopardizing our own future. The cabinet, when we decided the time had come for us to put the weight of government behind the decision to try and stop illegal mining in galamsey, we composed a cabinet of very responsible Ghanaians, headed by a very renowned, eminent figure in our country, Professor Akufo Addo. And they are the ones who then designed a program for us of what we needed to do to try and arrest the menace and preserve our heritage. In the course of it, Professor Akufo Addo goes on to a meeting, a conference in Abidjan, and there the Ivorian leaders tell him, you people are not helping us. This illegal mining that is taking place in Ghana is beginning to affect us, our water bodies and our space in Côte d'Ivoire. Rivers, waters, even forests, they don't know national boundaries. They run across nations. And there he was, very embarrassed, very apologetic that the activities of Ghanaians is jeopardizing the space of another, a fellow, a neighbor country in our region. That's how serious the matter is. Rivers that have been with us for centuries are drying up. Forest areas, which we should preserve for the sanctity of our life and our environment, being devastated by this phenomenon of galamsey. And all kinds of people from all aspects of our national life are involved in this exercise. Security personnel, political leaders, businessmen, and dare say it, nananum, some are all involved in this. So we sat down, we said to ourselves, we have a responsibility. When you take the oath that you are sworn to protect the integrity of the nation, Ghana. You sworn to uphold its constitution. You swear to uphold its sovereignty. That is that the care of the nation, what's in it? Its people, its resources, its nature have been put in your care. Temporarily. As a trustee. Like Nananuma trustees of the lands on which they occupy for their people. So you are too at the national level a trustee of the lands and the resources of our nation. So you ask yourself, how best can you discharge this trust? You sit back and say, well, all these young men don't have anything to do. So let it go on. At least it's better that they're earning something, that they should be at home and perhaps causing other kinds of problems. When you know that the activities that they're involved in are jeopardizing the very survival of our nation. I took the decision that that would be a betrayal of the trust that the Ghanaian people put in me on the 7th of January this year. And as a result, we established this committee within the government to design a policy for us, not just to stop it, to reclaim the land, to let our rivers work again, but also to see how we can figure a way for all of these able-bodied young men who are involved in this activity to find an alternative livelihood. So it's a package. It's a package that we have designed to try and bring this menace to a conclusion. I've said it in the cabinet, and perhaps it's the first time I'll be saying it in public. I am prepared to put my presidency on the line on this matter. I've heard it being said that I should be careful. Many of these people voted for me, and if I continue this exercise, perhaps they will not vote for me again. If by the grace of God I'm in a position, my party allows me to go again, and I have the health and everything to go again, that I'll not get it again. And I'll say to myself, well, this is a choice that all of us have to make as human beings. You do what you think is right, or do you do what you think will allow you to get along? I think that you do what you think is right. That is what you're required to do. Fortunately for me, in this fight, I have great allies. First of all, within my government. The people who are in the front line of that, all of them are here. The Minister for Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation. The Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. The Minister for Water Resources and Sanitation. Eminent Ghanaians. Responsible Ghanaians who have gone out of their way to lead this crusade. But from the beginning, they said something which is the reason why you're here today. We cannot win this fight without the support of the traditional authorities of our country. Any serious social mobilization of Ghana since time immemorial, if you're not involved, it doesn't happen. If you, the chiefs of our country, are not involved, it doesn't happen. So the reason why you've been brought here today is for us to have the opportunity to share with you our thoughts, our strategy, our thinking, and then to ask of you in the name of the generations yet unborn, for your support and active involvement to bring this menace of galamsey to an end. We're doing it not just for ourselves, we're doing it for the ones who are coming after us. And I have great confidence in the Ghanaian people and their leaders, especially their traditional leaders. They've always stood up at these critical moments in our history. When the white people wanted to take our lands, it was you who got up with the advocacy of Mensa Saba to say, no, here the lands belong to the chiefs and custodian for their people, not for some imperialist invader. When the time came for us to say we had enough of British rule in our country, it was you who also stood up along the political leaders and brought it to an end. So the Ghanaian people are counting on you. They are counting on you to put your shoulders to the wheel. Yes, those who are involved may be losing a little bit of money. God is on all our sides, and He will provide for us. I beg of you. But this is the time for all of us to say, we have to do something which is right for ourselves and for our future. I have absolutely no doubt about it, that if there is one right thing to do in Ghana today, it is the mobilization to stop the phenomenon known as galamsey. It is the right thing for us to do. And I've come here to ask, to plead for your support in this fight. And to say to you, I'm fully committed. But I know that my commitment is not enough. I need your commitment as well. And with your commitment, that we leave here knowing that you are fully mobilized, then I know that no longer, however difficult, however long it takes, we will win this fight. We will reclaim our heritage. We will get the rivers of our country running again. Already, the brim and parts of it have started functioning again. We're going to do that across the length and breadth of Ghana. And we're going to green our country again, reclaim the space. And we will write a glorious chapter in the history of this great country of ours. And as always, your names, the chiefs of our country, will be there in letters of gold. And when the time came to stand up and be counted, our chiefs, our queen mothers, our traditional rulers were not found wanting. I'm sorry again that I cannot stay with you. My day with these diplomats is still unfolding, but I decided to squeeze in 30 minutes to come, and as I say, to come and pay my respects and to thank you for your attendance here and for your involvement in this program that Kofi Jamesi has put together. May God bless you, and may God bless our nation Ghana and make us so good. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.